You're actually just hitting bone when you do that. They train themselves to pull their, testicles up inside of their body. Good morning, folks, and a happy Tuesday. So, I looked in the mirror this morning, and I am looking freaking shredded, freaking peeled. So I checked my weight, and we are right on track. Actually, we are further along than we should be. So, looks like we may be having a Thanksgiving this year. Still very little food from Thanksgiving, but we'll still have a Thanksgiving. We'll still be able to eat a little bit of turkey and some fresh veggies, maybe a potato or two. But let's go get our marinated egg bread in our bellies, some caffeine, and get on out of here. Go pump some freaking iron, because I was told there are wrecks all up and down everywhere that I gotta go. So this should be fun. Breakfast was great, and I cannot express how tasty, how refreshing, how satisfying those little slim and fit Greek yogurts are, with the ones with the little fruit in the middle or on the bottom of it. You gotta stir up. Those are so refreshing when you're losing weight, when you're down on thy body fat, if you know what I mean. But folks, while we're sitting here grubbing down, JB looks at our old gym's post, and they changed the class times back to the old class time in which I had set, because who the hell wants to work out at 7 o'clock in the morning? Cardio kickboxing classes that is. Nobody. No one wants to push themselves that hard, that early. 8:30 is about 8:30 is about the time that they that people want to come in and get a hard workout in. Then they can go start their day and everything like that. And if you make it at past that time, so 9:30, now half of your day is gone. So you can't really do it at that time either. So I had chosen 8:30 because I go to a public gym, a commercial gym as well, and that is the most packed out time, 8 to 8:30. So I was like, why don't we just make our cardio kickboxing classes at this time? Well, it was going great, and then we changed owners, and then he decided he wanted to do it his way, and we pushed through, persevered, and struggled. Lacked sleep. I think it did actual damage to my brain how much sleep that I lacked. And then I was informed when I told the person that I was tired that it was a me problem. Actually, technically, sir, that would be a you problem, because I had the class schedule down perfect. There were people flooded into my classes every freaking day. Then you change it to 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Then we had no one. Yeah. A me problem. Sounds like a you problem, buddy, when your gym shuts down because you can't get help because you can't pay people on time, and then you have no courtesy to other people's scheduling. At the end of the day, we were a team. You did not treat it like a team. Treated it like we're going to run old BillyGoat through the dirt and see how much he can actually take. And then I finally got ticked off. And now I'm the bad guy because you're playing victim. But now you're back to the same class times that I had before. Whoa, it was like I was right. But let's stop yapping and let's go get out the door. Go pump some iron. Go get better today than we were yesterday. And after getting all of our yapping out to JB, well, I guess it wasn't all of it, but all of it we had time for, we're headed out the door to go pump some freaking iron, folks. And I guess the whole gist of what I was trying to tell you earlier is listen to that little feeling in your heart, that little feeling in your mind. Because I am telling you right now, that I had bad feelings from the get-go of homie taking over the gym. But I'm a loyal guy, so I rode with him. And then there was an hour in his gap between a 6 a.m. and his 8:30 a.m. So I guess he wanted to take that gap out by adding another class. Or I guess not adding, by moving the class time. And not giving anyone warning. No one. None of our members, no one got told. It's kind of, if you ask me. But that is neither here nor there. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are trying to start a business or run a business or whatever the heck you're trying to do, be a leader of some sort, you got to do it through your actions, not by the things that you say. That means, like, every day you get up and do what you have to do, even when you don't want to. You get what I'm trying to say, folks? You get what I'm putting down right now? Like, there's much more to running a business than just having your name on a lease. A lot more. It's being a good leader. But also, if you have loyal employees, being loyal to those loyal employees. They're what makes your business run, you know? So, that is neither here nor there. Let's go pump some iron. Go get stronger today than we were yesterday. Or I guess, try to keep the same strength we had yesterday as today. Because if you are cutting weight, losing weight, trying to get as lean as you possibly can, you can't possibly keep all of your strength and all of your muscle, but you can keep as much of it as you possibly can, you know? I should have definitely thought twice about this. With it being a holiday, this joker is packed. So let's get in here and hope we can get a spot and get a workout knocked out. Lift complete, folks, and I can't lie, it was a good freaking lift. Like a good lift, like a phenomenal lift. For me to be as lean as I am right now, I am not losing any strength. But I won't lie, I'm excited for the holidays. Very excited. Since the holidays were coming up, and because we have a fight coming up, we have amped up everything. Like the rolls yesterday were a little bit harder. The sparring rounds were a little bit harder. Me snapping the pads were a little bit harder. Everything was just a little bit harder. I did it with a little bit more intensity. I've done it for the past few weeks with a little bit more intensity every day, so that when the holidays come, I can enjoy the holidays and I won't have to worry about, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I have to take a day off. No, I don't want to have to worry about that. I just want to be able to relax, spend time with the family and relax. And that's what we're gonna do, because I mean, the work has freaking been done, folks. The work's done pretty much completely. I wouldn't say completely, but you know what I mean. Like, we're in a phenomenal shape. We're strong. We feel good. Now it's time to relax and maintain our weight, in which now we get to enjoy Thanksgiving. Like I said, like, we might actually get a freaking Thanksgiving. We might actually get some turkey and fresh veggies. You know what I mean? So, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Definitely when you have a fight coming up. Like, I'm definitely not saying that we're not gonna work out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because the gym is closed. We're still gonna do things. Coach is still gonna come open up the gym for us, of course, at different times than traditional. Just whatever given time he ends up saying that he's gonna open it, because there are people with fights coming up. But we can relax. It's not like grind. Like, the work has definitely been done. But, folks, we are running late as hell, definitely considering there was supposed to be a bunch of wrecks. But my phone keeps auto-zooming on my face, so I've had to do this like 4 or 5 times. So, I'm gonna boogie on to practice and go get better today than we were yesterday. Like, I'm a big fan of the shutter button on the new iPhones, but I always forget to take my finger off of it, and then I slide it, and then it zooms in on my face. But when I want it to zoom, I can't ever get it to zoom. So it's like a gift and a curse. But it works great for being able to pick your phone up, click the button, and start filming. And we made it, and there's something going on here. It looks like there's like a food drive or something like that. Don't know what's going on, but we made it. Thank you, Atlanta, for clearing out the traffic and all the wrecks for me. That never happens, like ever. But let's get in here and get better today than we were yesterday. Something that I remember from my high school days is like every day you have to have an intention. What do I mean by that? Like, for example, in high school, I struggled with a certain takedown. So I drilled it every day. Tried to hit it every time I got the chance. Anytime I got the chance during a live, I was trying to shoot that takedown. So, with that being said, that's the same thing with life. If, like, you have a bad day one day and you're all grumpy and sad, well, the next day, you intentively try to, well, be happy and have a good day. And if you fake it with a big old fat smile on your face, science says that you'll naturally be happy. Whatever it may be. That's just a very cliche, I guess, metaphor I used, or synonym. But let's get in there and get better today. Analogy, that was the word I was looking for, analogy. Let's get in here and get better today than we were freaking yesterday, folks. Folks, there's nothing more refreshing than a good ass beating to start your day. Goodness freaking gracious, folks. Goodness gracious. Folks, you do not understand how big of a culture shock it is when you go from being one of the best in your room, if not the best, like a gatekeeper of your gym, to being just another guy. I guess it's kind of refreshing. It's kind of like calming, because now you don't have to like go in there every day and fight for your spot in the gym. And there's now room for growth and progress, and it kind of motivates you to want to be better. But I will say it is definitely a humbling experience. It's a culture shock, I guess you could say. But let's boogie on out of here, grub down, and maybe cry a few tears about how bad we suck at jiu-jitsu. No, we don't really suck at jiu-jitsu, but we just have really, really, really high level people who are around us, like really high level. Well, this freaking blows. We were making good time too. We have been sitting here for a solid 10 minutes and I see no sight of them deciding to open traffic up. I don't know what to do. Guess we could turn around, but I feel like as soon as we turn around, they're gonna open traffic back up, so I might as well just sit it through. We've already made it this long, we might as well continue sitting, if you know what I mean. Patience is a virtue, BillyGoat. Patience is a virtue, but I'm freaking exhausted and I want to get a nap skiing before having to get my client better today than they were yesterday. I think we're freaking moving. We're moving, baby. We're moving. Alrighty, folks, we finally made it home. Let's get inside and try to take us a little nap ski before we gotta be up and get to our client's place and then to our next practice. Alrighty, folks, after a whole bunch of like self-talk, we are back up and out of the door. That nap felt amazing. And of course, well, JB was here and I didn't want to get away from her. I just wanted to spend as much time as I could with her. But we have obligations. We have goals to reach. We gotta go get our client better today than they were yesterday. So let's get out the door and go do that. And we are headed out of the door. Headed to go get our client better today than they were yesterday. Or at least in better shape today than they were yesterday. And you know, folks, another thing great about the holidays coming up is not only do we give our body a break, which we're a freaking machine, we don't need a break. We are a machine, but JV's off. So while no, we're probably not going to take breaks from practicing, we will get to at least take her with us to our practices, so we get to spend time with each other again. Wow, I'm so excited. That sounds really sarcastic, but it's because, like, the excitement is just overfilling me. Yay. I'm just kidding, folks. I'm really excited. We get to ride together to practices again. Just get to see each other again. Like, we haven't seen each other in like 3 months. This sucks. But let's go get our client better today than they were yesterday. In better shape today than they were yesterday. And we're pulling in with like perfect time, and no minutes were unused. We got up. We got out the door. We got us a little snack ski. And we got out the door. And now we are pulling into our client's place right on time. I hate pulling in right on time, though. I like to be here like 1 or 2 minutes early. But things happen. I can't lie, though. My brain feels 1,000 times refresher after that nap. And now that our caffeine is starting to kick in, I haven't felt like my brain was running properly in a while. I think we're, like I said the other day, I think we're finally catching up on our sleep, folks. I think we're finally doing it. Training session complete, folks. And I can't lie, I'm quite proud of my client. Today they were a bit fatigued, a bit tired. The holidays, trying to get ready for it, sleep deprivation and stress is catching up to them. But they did not make an excuse out of it. While they did need a little bit of motivation, a little bit more encouragement than usual, they still got the workout done and didn't complain. They did ask a few times, why are we doing so many higher reps than we usually do? And that's because, well, we were using a little bit lighter of a weight than we traditionally do. Because you are fatigued and sleep deprived, I don't want you to catch an injury. So higher reps means less injury with just as much, if not more, muscle pump. So if you're fatigued, if you're injured, if you're sore, really on a regular basis, I think we should be shooting for that 12 to 15 rep range when it comes down to like lifts and exercises. But a lot of people do not agree with me. They think that you should be shooting for that 5 to 10 rep range. And I just don't think that's true, because anytime I go under the 6, 8 reps around that area, I traditionally do catch an injury. Why? Because I'm trying to load more weight than what I should, and because it's only a few reps, we can be able to push a few reps, and then we end up hurting ourselves. So shoot for higher rep ranges so that you're not catching injuries. But folks, let's boogie on to practice, go get better today than we were yesterday, and hope like hell that Atlanta traffic is on our side. Well, folks, it is 1 hour and 15 plus every direction. So I guess let's give JB a call and see if she's up and chit chat with her on the way to this ride. See if she's excited for her last night shift until the holidays. Then we can see each other and spend time with each other and be a big happy couple again. Oh, and before I forget again, so I went to go post our fitness video of the week yesterday, and it did not post. It kept having errors. So I deleted the YouTube app and re-downloaded it, which ended up wiping a whole bunch of the data. So now I don't have almost 100 gigabytes taken up by just YouTube. So maybe it'll post this time. I think what we're going to do is end up redoing it because, well, we were completely exhausted and sounded kind of brain dead during it. So I don't know if I want to put it out. But we're going to listen to it again and maybe we'll send it. I don't know. We do need to get a fitness video of the week out, though. And if we don't, well, it is what it is. I mean, things happen. But I hate to make excuses, folks. I hate to. But let's call JB. And folks, we just got off the phone with JB as we are pulling into the gym. And I don't know how the hell she does it. Yet again, I don't know how she does it. The way that patients and other medical professionals speak to her, I would blow a gasket. I'd blow a gasket. Like, y'all are all in there trying to help people live, literally, and y'all are all being buttholes to each other. That's not cool. And not to mention, like, these people are trying to help you. Why are you being such an asshole to them? But I guess she knew these things. I knew these things, but I still don't know how the hell she does it. But let's go get in here and get better today than we were freaking yesterday, folks. Striking is going great, but I didn't hear my alarm, so I hope they haven't already started bad positions. It was going on for 6 freaking minutes. Bad positions had not started yet. Indeed, we got over there like literally perfect timing, like 10 seconds left, and they had started with the bad positions. And honestly, folks, they're paying off. Going over there repetitively, getting myself into bad positions with some of the best grapplers in the world. Oh man, that's gonna be a game changer, folks, because they don't allow me just to go like whatever my body allows me to do. They make me like think about this shit. Sheesh, thinking's hard. But let's get over here and finish up Ty. And we are back. Let's finish up the fun. Striking was great. Well, all up until I got teep kicked in the nuts. My left testicle is on fire. But let's go get some jits in, folks. I really hope we do not get sick from all of this walking around outside in the cold while soaking wet. This seems like a freaking sickness waiting to happen. A monstrosity waiting to happen. But let's get some jits in. Alrighty, folks. Jits complete. And after I got kicked in the nuts today, I turned trying to be funny, and I looked at Coach and I was like, you know, is there any truth to the monks getting kicked in the nuts and it not hurting anymore? Well, come to find out, there's a lot of truth in it. In fact, you're actually just hitting bone when you do that. They train themselves to pull their, I guess, testicles up inside of their body so that they're not really being hit by it. So, I guess, oh, and they can't have any kind of relations for at least like 8 months after. So, I guess the moral of the story is protect your testicles and wear a cup. But also, you know, I asked Coach after he had told me this, and I was like, I got to thinking, I was like, Coach, were you a monk? Like, did you like live in the temple? Because he started saying other things about the temple and things like that, and I was like, are you a monk? He was like, well, I was a monk, definitely. I was like, well, did you live in the temple? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, what made you leave the temple? And he was like, well, you know, it's really easy to be a monk when you're in a temple with a bunch of other monks. It's really difficult to be a monk when you are in the real world. He said, so I chose to depart myself from the temple, and honestly, there was just no real world application, like fighting application to what I was being taught there. So I left. He said, I believed that to live the true warrior lifestyle in which he wanted to live, he needed to, yes, go to the temple, learn the things he needed to learn there, the discipline, the patience, the self-control. But then he needed to get back out in the world and learn to use those skills that he learned there in the real world. And it's just so insane that, I guess I asked him, I was like, so does that make me and you're like, we got religious? And he's like, no, I definitely believe that Jesus Christ is king and that he is our savior. But I also think that, there was 40 years, or yeah, I think it was 40 years, undocumented, and we have no idea what he was doing in that time. So I would assume that he went to India, maybe even somewhere in Asia, and practiced being a monk, spread the scripture there, the gospel there. And I just find it so insane that my journey and my path has led me to such spiritually strong individuals and wise individuals, folks who really took time to understand the meanings of life and the connectedness and really truly understand the sport as well. It's pretty weird. All you had to do is get up and move, and you find all these people who can guide you to your goals. Pretty strange. Pretty strange. I mean, I definitely have learned something from every one of the coaches in which I have had in my life. And that's another thing that he said. He's like, in the temple, I wasn't doing any more learning. I was just disciplined. Just disciplined. So I felt the true meaning of being a monk and being a warrior would have been going out and learning as much as I can. And I guess that's the best way to live life. The minute you stop learning is the minute you stop living. I don't remember where I heard that. I don't know if I just brought that up in my head, but that's what coach pretty much said. He's like, I mean, in the temple, I had done everything I needed to do. Now I needed to get out and learn. I needed to get out and practice this being a monk thing. I needed to get out and hear from other leaders and learn some new things. So I just find it cool. I mean, I have never met anyone who lived in a temple and was a monk. Like, wow, this shit's cool. It's insane. A whole lot more that I want to ask and learn from him. Not that I want to be a monk, but I kind of live a monk-like life, I guess you could say. I mean, I wake up, I train, I go home, I recover, I get back up, I train, I go home, I eat, I dive into the scripture, maybe play some BO6, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up and I train again. So I guess I kind of live like a freaking monk. So I guess there's a lot I can learn from Coach Stevie. A lot. But let's get on out of here. Boogie on home. Battleless Atlanta traffic. I think JB gets her break in like 5 minutes. So this ended up working out great. Never mind. I read that text completely wrong. She said 12:30 to 1, not 10:30 to 11. Oh well, let's get home, grub down, and edit up our freaking day, folks. Remain a student forever. That's what Coach said. Remain a student forever. That's how you get the most out of life, is remaining a student forever. But we just got home, folks, and I was telling my mom on the way home about the whole Coach being a monk, and she was like, dude, that's pretty cool. Like, he lived in a temple. And I was like, yeah. She's like, I don't know if I would like that, but there is a place where you can go live in a temple. You can go stay there for a night or two if you want to. She's like, I just don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I was like, I have no care to do that. I mean, I already kind of live like a monk. There's no need to do that. And she was like, yeah, I could just commit horrendous crimes and do the exact same thing. So why would I want to do that? And I was like, you have a point. The fact that these people are willing to, like, pretty much do exactly like a prisoner would do, all for inner growth, inner connectedness, and to learn that the world is all connected and to become a better person. It is really, it's just really wowing. It's like, wow. People really do live like, I guess, prisoners to show their glory to God. That is insane. It's insane. It's not just the glory to God, but to learn wisdom and all these other things. It's really, really interesting. But let's stop yapping. Let's get inside and grub down. Grab me one of these and one of these and throw that joker in there. Of course I'm gonna take the foil off, folks. That was just for the video. Well, folks, dinner was great. And if there is one thing that I've learned on this combat athlete journey, and if there is one thing that I want y'all to, I guess, get from my journey, is that hard work, dedication, and discipline will take you 1,000 times further than anywhere else. Boo-hooing about the situation you're in is never going to get you where you want to be. Being anxious is not going to get you where you want to be. Making that move, though, taking those steps, being proactive about the situation you're in, and giving it everything you have, well, in the end, at least you gave it everything you had. And if it didn't work out, well, it just wasn't meant to work out at that point. You know what I mean, folks? So, I guess if I could just get one person to pull themselves out of the grips of depression, anxiety, this world is taking me out, and find something to be dedicated about, find a reason to be disciplined, and teach all that hard work it's okay, folks. It's not going to kill you. I think I've made a success. And if not, then like I said, just wasn't meant to be. But that is why at 11:30 I am still yapping at a phone, is because I hope just one person is inspired to continue to be a student forever, continue to grow forever, and wake up every day with the thoughts of, I'm going to grind, even if it sucks, and I'm going to try to be as joyful as I possibly can. If I can do those things, we've freaking made it. But, folks, I am exhausted. And even though, I'm dedicated to y'all, I still need to be dedicated to myself. Hence why we have not been on BO6 as much, not been streaming as much, is because, well, we got goals to reach. We got things we want to do. We got belts to obtain and fights to win. So, we've got to prioritize our sleep and our recovery. But I promise you, folks, as soon as I'm back on the game, well, y'all will see. Y'all will see. For the ones who are only watch me for the stream, I'm sorry. I'll be back soon. For the ones who only watch me for the fitness videos, I am also sorry. I will also be back soon to those. I just have to focus on the goal at hand right now. And that goal at hand right now is to win this freaking fight. But after that, we're back to the grind until the next fight camp, or until we can figure out how to make our schedule align with video time. Because at one time, the timing was just perfect. Now, it's just not. It's just not. So, I will get everything back in order, and there will be some kind of normality to the channel again, I promise. But the one thing that will not go is the exciting life of a fighter. All the pretty, the bad, and the ugly. The good and the ugly, folks. You'll see it all. You'll continue to see it all. I will continue to bring my, I guess, view of life through BillyGoat's eyes. Till next time, folks, good night, and BillyGoat freaking loves you.